Hello my dearest students, welcome back in online study. In this video lecture, you are going to learn chapter 9, Form and Movement in Animals. Form and Movement in Animals. Animals show movement in many ways. The body structure of an animal directly corresponds to the way in which it moves. I repeat, animals show movement in many ways. The body structure of an animal directly corresponds to the way in which it moves. Let us learn about movement in different animals, including human beings. So, here, animal shows the movement in many ways. You are seeing the way of walking of other animals that have the different style of walking, drinking water, eating, chewing, that you have learned, right? The body structure of an animal determines the kind of movement it exhibits. We know that our backbone helps us stand upright and enables to move. Based on the presence or absence of the backbone, animals are divided into two groups: vertebrate animals and invertebrate animals. Right. So, the body structure of an animal determines the kind of movement it exhibits. Right. We know that our backbone is help us to stand upright and enables us to move. Let's see first what is vertebrates and invertebrates. So, animals that have backbone are called vertebrate animals. Animals that have a backbone are called vertebrate animals. For example, fish, frog, lizard, horse, and birds. These are vertebrate animals, means these are have backbone. Even human beings are also vertebrate animals. We are having also backbone. Now, invertebrate animals. So, animals that do not have a backbone are called invertebrate animals. Animals that do not have a backbone are called invertebrate animals. For example, earthworm, snail, and cockroach. These are the invertebrate animals. So, what is invertebrate animals? That do not have a backbone. Animals that do not have a backbone are called invertebrate animals. The movement of vertebrates is different from that of invertebrates. मतलब vertebrates जो animals होते हैं वो different होते हैं invertebrates से, उनकी movement, right? So the movement of vertebrates is different from that of invertebrates. Let us learn about the movement of some animals to understand various kind of locomotion. We will learn here movement of some animals. They have different kind of locomotion, right? So let's learn one by one of that animals in movement. Let's we learn first movement in earthworm. Movement in earthworm. An earthworm is an invertebrate animal. Earthworm is an invertebrate animal. It has a long tube-like body. It has no bones. Its body shape is maintained by the fluid present inside its body. I repeat, an earthworm is an invertebrate animal. It has a long tube-like body. It has no bones. Its body shape is maintained by the fluid present inside its body. An earthworm's body is made up of several parts, that is called segments. An earthworm's body is made up of several parts called segments. It moves by lengthening and shortening this segment. Right? Earthworm moves by lengthening and shortening this segment. Means अर्थवर्म अपनी साइज की लेंथ बढ़ाता है और घटाता है, इसी के वे में वो अपनी मूवमेंट करता है. लेट्स सी हाउ दिस मूवमेंट इट इज देयर. द अर्थवर्म एक्सटेंड द फ्रंट पार्ट ऑफ द बॉडी, कीपिंग द रियर एंड फिक्स्ड टू द ग्राउंड. अपने पिछले हिस्से को वो चिपका देता है और आगे वाले पार्ट को वो आगे बढ़ाता है. Then fixed front part and pulls the rear end. Then after he stick his first front part and rear part, it is pulled up. Right? Its movements can be compressed with that of a spring. Spring आपने देखी होगी, उसी के टाइप की इसकी मूवमेंट है. Its body secreted a slimy substances to help in the movement. Its body secretes a slimy substances that help the movement. Now let's see the another is movement in snail. Movement in snail. The snail is a very slow moving animal. The snail is a very slow moving animal. Snail too has liquid skeleton. Snail have a cell inside which they can hide to protect themselves from the heat of the sun and enemies or predators. I repeat, the snail is a very slow moving animal. Snail also has a liquid skeleton. Snail have cell. Right, cell protects the body. In which way this protect the body? They can hide, protect themselves from heat of the sun and other enemies. The cell is the outer skeletal, but it is not made up of bones. They also have pair of tentacles that bear eyes at the tips. Snail moves by using muscular organ is called foot. The foot produces a slimy substances that is called mucus. Right? The foot produces slimy substances that is called mucus. The snail actually crawls on the layer of mucus. वो उसी के ऊपर चलता रहता है. The sticky mucus reduce the friction between the foot and the ground. उन दोनों के बीच का फ्रिक्शन लेवल कम कर देता है. Because of that only snail can move easily by offering smoother surface to crawl on, thus enabling snail moves on a variety of surface. Right. I repeat again, the shell is the outer skeleton, but it is not made up of bones. They also have a pair of tentacles that bear eyes at the tip. Snail moves by using a muscular organ that is called foot. The foot produces a slimy substance that is called mucus. The snail actually crawls on the layer of mucus. The sticky mucus reduces the friction between the foot and the ground by offering a smoother surface to crawl on, thus enabling the snail move on the variety of surfaces. Now let's see another movement in cockroach. Movement in cockroach. A cockroach's body is covered with a hard outer skeleton. A cockroach's body is covered with a hard outer skeleton. Cockroaches have a pair of antennae. Right, pair of antennae that help them to smell things. They also have a pair of cerci that can detect the slightest of movement and warn them of any danger from behind. In this image you can see the antenna, wings, cerci and legs. Right? Cockroaches have a pair of antennae that help them to smell things. And they also have a pair of cerci that can detect the slightness of movement and warn them of any dangers from behind. Cockroaches have two pairs of wings. Cockroaches have two pairs of wings. They can only fly short distance. Cockroach can fly short distance. They are able to run and climb very fast. They are able to run and climb very fast. Like all insects, cockroaches have three pairs of legs. Three pairs of legs. They walk in a very interesting manner, moving three legs at a time. I repeat, cockroaches have two pairs of wings. Cockroach Cockroach can only fly a short distance. However, they are able to run very fast or climb very fast. Like all insects, cockroaches have three pairs of legs, means 6 legs. They walk in a very interesting manner, like moving three legs at a time. Movement in fish. Movement in fish. Fish are vertebrates animals. All vertebrates animals have internal skeleton made up of bones, a tough elastic substances that is called cartilage. Right. Fish are vertebrate animals. Most fish have a streamlined body. The head and the tail are narrow and the middle portion of the body is broader. This kind of shape offers least resistance to flow of water and makes it easier for them to swim through water. I repeat, most of fish have a streamlined body. The head and the tail is narrow and the middle portion of the body is broader. This kind of shape offers least resistance. Resistance means a force that stop or slow down of moving object. Right? पानी को चीरती हुई चली जाती है ना? Because of this only. To flow of water and makes it easier for them to swim through water. Aeroplane, ship and boat also have streamlined shape to reduce resistance to flow of air in water. Aeroplane, ship and boat are also have streamlined body shape to reduce resistance to flow of water. Fish have fins and a flexible backbone. Fish have fins and flexible backbone which help them to swim. Most fish have special structure that is called swim bladder. Most fish have a special structure called swim bladder that can be filled with air or emptied to help them move up and down in water. Swim bladder. Right. I repeat, fish have fins and flexible backbone which help them to swim. Most fish have special structure, it is called swim bladder, that can be filled with air or emptied to help them more up and down in water. Movement in birds. Movement in birds. Most birds are capable of flying. Birds can also walk, run, or hop on the ground. Birds such as swan and duck can even swim in the water. Let's we learn features help birds to fly. Birds have streamlined bodies that makes it easier for them to move through air. Their bones are hollow that make them lightweight. Bones उनके hollow होते हैं. Hollow means एकदम हल्के होते हैं उनके bones. Then next, they have wings that help them to fly. As you know, with the help of wings, the birds are flying. They have powerful chest muscles that help them flap their wings during flight. Right, you can see in this figure, right? The bird's wings are moved down and forwards, lifting the body in the air. This movement is termed as downstroke. And the wings are lifted upwards in preparation for another downstroke. This movement is termed as upstroke. Let's see, the next is movement in snakes. Movement in snake. Snakes do not have limbs, legs, arms or wings. Snakes do not have limbs. They move by crawling on their bellies. They move by crawling on their bellies. They have scales that cover their bodies and help them to crawl. They have scales that cover their bodies and help them to crawl. Most snakes move in wave-like manner. Most of the snakes move in a wave-like manner. Their flexible backbone helps them in this movement. Their flexible backbone helps them in this movement. The body curves like a wave. उनकी body wave की तरह कर्व होती रहती है. The wave-like motion pushes the body forward by pressing against the ground. इसी तरह वो wave-like motion में ही वो अपनी body को आगे push करते रहते हैं और आगे बढ़ते रहते हैं. Here also in this images also you can observe that the movement of snake. So, dear students, here you have learned movement in animals. In that you have learned movement of earthworm, snail, cockroach, fish, birds and snakes. So, these are the movement in animals based on vertebrate animals and invertebrate animals. Now, another part of this chapter you will see in next video, in part 2. So till the time you read the chapter carefully, learn the chapter carefully, okay? And be at home, be safe, live for you and live for your family. Thank you so much, my dearest kids.